All right, tribe, that's it for today's study group. Doing the 5 for 5, where we break down 5 brand new practice questions for $5. But while we're here, people viewing this video want to know, did you like this group? Not like this group? People, $5 group, you get what you pay for. Don't say your $5. Go buy I don't even know what you can really buy for $5 now, but honest feedback.
I love this group. It's very helpful. I love
Appreciate it.
doing this. I like the tribe. I like the fact that everybody supports each other. It makes me feel good. I'm not the only one that's trying and has struggled. And I just give all praise, honor, and glory to your ability and gift that God has given you to help support people.
Appreciate it. And that's something I say as well, where I may be like the face of it, but it's not just myself. It really is our tribe. And we don't necessarily see it all the time in the study groups, because we see it when people are supporting each other, giving the words of encouragement and whatnot. But even in our Facebook group, people supporting each other, saying like, hey, I just need a pick me up, or I just need you got this, or hey, I need information about the specific thing in my state and I'm unsure. Anyone know? And then people commenting, supporting. So, and I'm just doing what I can to help our tribe, our social work tribe. So thank you for attending. I appreciate you. And I got us. We got us. So it's all good.
This 5 for 5 has always been beneficial for anyone to just in their meetings, affirmation and confirmation that they got this. Ray has always done an awesome job with lifting us, using all his social work helping processes. He helps you. If you didn't do it, you need to try it, because it gives you an opportunity to see where you at and where you need to go. So hats off to you, Ray. And try. We got this.
Absolutely. We got it. And that's why I do it. Like, listen, if you're a skeptic and you're like, I see these study groups, I don't know. And that's why I started doing the feedback videos, because again, people know, but it's different when you get to hear people. But at the very least, we do one free study group a month. So join that one. See for yourself. That's why I always, promote that. But definitely glad you're here. And again, this is us supporting us. So it's all good.
Well, Ray, I want to thank you for your comments that you make, because I think every time I have taken a test the last couple times, even when I get practice questions wrong, I always say, well, give yourself a little grace. I hear you in my mind, that has most definitely has reduced anxiety. Like, give yourself a little grace. And so I appreciate all that you do. And I love the weekend classes, because I can actually sit down and actually look and listen. So thank you.
No, absolutely. And I always say, like, not just because it sounds good, like, oh yeah, give yourself grace. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, this exam does require a different way of thinking. And I remember I graduated the master's in 2017, and I remember internship papers. I really don't recall doing any multiple choice exams. I really don't. And yes, learning about this information, but I don't recall, okay, so this is the information. Now we're going to show you how to apply it to a very specific scenario in multiple choice form, A, B, C, or D. I don't remember that, right? So that's why I always say, like, show yourself grace, especially for when these recalls, I treat them as freebies, know it or you don't. And with the scenario, 2 a day, because the thought process carries over. So I'm definitely glad you're here. Show ourselves grace. And sometimes it does take a bit more practice. I know for myself, where it's like, you know what? The 2 a day is really helpful, because there's days where it's like, okay, study day, then jump into question. I'm like, no, let's just stay consistent and not overwhelm ourselves. So the 2 a day and 1 practice exam a month. So I'm glad you're here, and we're going to get to it.
Thanks, Ray. I want to say thank you for these, the 5 for 5. Honestly, I'm so grateful. I feel like they're so, like, it's a whole range of different topics, different themes, and it's a good reminder. And I like the way you break it down. And it also helps me hear the tribe too, how they break it down. And I'm adding more things in my toolbox, like, oh, you know what, I didn't think of it that way. But I will also gather other ways people break it down. And so the 5 for 5, I feel like for me, it's the most beneficial. I get so much out of it. Just reminders, different topics, different themes, going back, and just really brushing up on everything. So thank you.
No, absolutely. And I would say outside of, well, if someone, let's say, for example, is struggling with research, then of course, like tap into the research group and whatnot. But outside of like the specific topics in the code of ethics, I always say if you never attended the code of ethics group, tap into the code of ethics group. Outside of that, I always say the 5 for 5 is the most valuable group. Why? Because the exam, all of our exams, bachelor's all the way up to the clinical, it's actual questions with the actual exam, but it's questions. So one of the main things with preparing for this exam is more questions. And with the 5 for 5, because it's a group, it's not just, oh, we finished all 5 questions in 5 minutes, we out. It ends up being a 2-hour group because we're fully breaking them down and whatnot. So I'm definitely glad you're here. And I really do encourage, like, Ray, if it was you, would you tap into the 5 for 5s? 100%. If other people were doing that at the time when I was studying, 100% I would tap in. Why? Because we get more questions. And that's like the main thing that we're looking for when it comes to this exam. One of the main things. But definitely glad you're here.
Hey Ray, this is Brittany. I just want to say thank you so much for your 5 for 5 classes. I started taking it about a month ago. I will admit I was skeptical at first because I did watch all your YouTube videos. And then I was like, you know what? Let me sign up for a 5 for 5. And I'm so happy I did because you really break down the questions. And since then, I've been able to take every one of your courses on your schedule. I love that you are flexible and that you don't keep the same schedule each week, that you give us an opportunity to meet. You meet us where we are and we're able to come as we are allowed with our schedule. And also I do appreciate that I don't feel like you're just doing this for a check. I feel like you really care about us. I feel like that you really are intentional about sending the materials. You always follow up. You always let us know how we can follow up via email or asking questions. And I really appreciate the dedication and compassion that you give to all of us. And I'm really excited about taking my exam. And I didn't think I would be excited. I thought I was going to dread it, but like you telling us, take it one day at a time, read twice, take it slow, take your time, and giving us the grace. I think that that's really important. So thank you so much, Ray, and good luck to all the Ray Tribe attendees in taking the test. We got this.
No, absolutely. We definitely got this. And we both got glasses. What are you doing? They're like, I trust me. You got glasses. It's all good. And now I understand because again, like I know there's a lot out there. I'll just say it like that. And that's one of the main reasons why I started doing the feedback videos. Because again, yeah, people can write things and they'll comment under the YouTube videos, which of course is them, and you'll see is their profile and everything. But when you get to hear people, because again, and I'm not paying anyone listening to this, I'm not paying no one, hey, make sure you say this, make sure you say that. No, this is everyone. You see them, they're saying what they say, critiques and all. And again, it's not just me. Like I'm the face of it all, but I got plans for us to support us even outside when we're finished with the exam. We're licensed, everything like that. So yeah, again, it's not just me. Like I'm here doing what I can to help our tribe using my skill set and whatnot, but this is all of us supporting each other. That's what it's about. So definitely glad you're here.
Ray.
Hey.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
So I started listening to you within the last 3 months. I'm really new. I've tested 3 times. The last time I missed about 1 point. Very discouraging. I stopped from 2020 and never went back again. I was dead, turned off from it. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna try this again. Here it is, 24, about to be 25. I tested in 25. I've used various programs, but I've now started using your program within the last, 3 months, and I'm feeling encouraged again. I'm feeling good about it. I'm not a group girly. This is my first group today, and it wasn't that bad. So, and I've even, met some new buddies that share a lot in common. So that's another thing I find with your group, the tribe. It's a support group. We kind of, enforce and tell our clients to use support groups. It's something we need to use as well. When going through what we're going through, we can share that support and give that encouragement, empower each other. Reading, everybody else's successes as well helps me throughout my day when I have that doubt. So, yeah. Thank you for what you do. And another thing, missing the questions, I think it sticks better than getting them right all the time. Missing them makes me think different. Like you said, it shows me another way to think because sometimes I just feel like, what am I thinking? How am I thinking wrong? I'm almost close to it. I'm always either one or the other. But then I pick the wrong one, and it's like, you know what? Getting it wrong isn't a bad thing because I get a better way of thinking. So thank you, and best wishes to everyone, and happy holidays.
No, absolutely. And when you mentioned like the support group aspect of it, it's one thing to have well, if we don't have a support system in our life, especially when we're, preparing to go through this journey to obtain our license and continue our social work journey, this is definitely a great space for that. But there are times where even if we have supportive people in our life, it's just different. And we know that they support us and care about us and all that great stuff, but it's just different because when we have someone else that's also going through this same journey, that's also studying for their licensure, exam so they can get their license, it's just a different feel. So I definitely encourage people to check it out. And again, I know, to be honest, like I wasn't the biggest like study group person and whatnot, but that study buddy for that accountability definitely helps. And then when you do find a group, if you ever come across a group and it's like, oh, this isn't that bad, like it actually helps when I can help support other people, not even just get support from people, but help them as well. That feels good. And then, oh, they gave me a tip or a different way of thinking about this or an acronym to remember this, or, oh, that's a different perspective. That definitely helps. So at the very least, check it out. You might be surprised. And I'm definitely glad you're getting value out of the groups. And I'll say to everyone, show yourself grace is all good. And at the very least, always do those 2 questions a day. Even because when we lay our head down at night and it's like, oh man, this exam, and then part of us still thinking like, oh man, what did I do today? I did my 2 a day. I got in the thought process and it's going to carry me to the next day. So definitely glad you're here. And again, we're supporting each other. We're a tribe.
Hey, Ray. Crystal, and hello, tribe. I have started, your groups probably about 4 months ago. I was able to attend basically one every month, whether it was free. I've done a research. This is my first 5 for 5. To say the least, this group, this tribe has helped keep me motivated. I constantly hear 2 questions a day, 2 questions a day. I've done all of the videos. That has helped me. Being in the group it just helps add extra boost, extra encouragement, extra support. So I thank you. I'm more confident ever. I will be testing for the first time on the 28th. So best wishes to myself and everyone that is testing. I plan to be on the study group on Christmas Day. And hopefully, maybe we can connect with the one-on-one. But thank you so much for all of the motivation support that you have helped me have and build myself up to be more confident about taking the exam. So best wishes to everyone. And my advice to anyone that may be watching this video, Ray is definitely the truth. So if you follow his process and stick to what he encourages you and tells you to do, you will be A-okay. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, and definitely glad you're here. And we were saying this earlier before we were recording. Since your exam is coming up, keeping a few things in mind of, don't rush, take your time, never leave any answer choice blank. Even if we flag it, why? Because we don't want to come across a question, flag it, leave it blank, continue with the exam, and then when we go back to the ones that we flagged, possibly run out of time and then automatically get those ones incorrect. Or even the other part of it, we got to kind of like speed through the ones that we flagged. So we're just kind of putting any answer choice and then possibly get those ones incorrect because we didn't have enough time to really go through them. So even if you're uncertain, always put an answer choice down. And it's okay if you get a string of questions where it's like, I don't feel like 100% confident, because again, the answer choices or the correct answer, better yet, may not always be an A+ option where it's like, oh, this is the perfect way to respond, first, next, best, or most to this situation. Sometimes the correct answer, they may give it may be more of a B option versus an A where we feel really good about it. So it's all good. So take your time, don't rush, don't leave anything blank. And it's okay if we don't feel 100% confident with every single question. There's more questions coming, so it's all good. You got this. And let us know when you pass so we can celebrate you. All right, everyone, that's it for today's study group. Thank you again for attending the 5 for 5, breaking down 5 brand new practice questions for $5. And we sprinkle on a few others, but as always, again, that consistency, 2 practice questions a day. So we're going to stay motivated. We're going to continue to support each other. We're going to get that license so we continue in our social work journey. So we got this. All right, Tribe, I'll see you next study group.